Hey everyone, and welcome back to Microsoft Sphere. The news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and if you blink, you might just miss the most critical updates shaping our digital world. We've got a packed show today, bringing you the inside scoop on everything you need to know. From major shifts in operating systems that could impact millions, to groundbreaking advancements in AI and the very foundations of software security, we're diving deep. Get ready for some unmissable insights that you won't find anywhere else. Let's jump right in. First up, a critical look at how strategic decisions in the tech industry can have far-reaching consequences, with a new op-ed shedding light on a significant concern. And that brings us to our next story, where the future of personal computing is at a crossroads. With a major operating system nearing its end of life, we're exploring how users and manufacturers are navigating the upgrade path and what it means for the millions still holding on. Shifting gears to the cutting edge of artificial intelligence, we're unveiling a remarkable new development from Microsoft Research. Prepare to be amazed as we explore a powerful new tool designed to revolutionize how we create and consume audio content, pushing the boundaries of speech synthesis. And finally, we're heading under the hood to explore a monumental shift in software development that promises to enhance security and reliability across the board. Microsoft is making a bold move with a language that's rewriting the rules of secure coding, and the implications are massive. Stick around for all the details, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Microsoft Sphere, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. A stark warning on tech decisions. This op-ed raises serious questions about the long-term implications of corporate strategies on national security and technological sovereignty. It's a wake-up call for stakeholders across industries. In a striking piece published by the New York Post, a critical analysis has emerged concerning Microsoft's business practices and their potential ramifications for U.S. defense systems. The op-ed, penned by a concerned observer, argues that certain decisions made by the tech giant, driven by what is described as greed, could inadvertently be handing over the keys to vital American defense infrastructure to China. This is not a minor accusation. It strikes at the heart of national security concerns in an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. The article specifically points to the company's strategic choices and their impact on systems that are fundamental to the nation's security apparatus. It suggests that by prioritizing certain commercial objectives, Microsoft might be creating vulnerabilities that adversaries, particularly China, could exploit. The piece delves into the intricacies of how software, hardware, and data access within critical defense systems can be compromised if not managed with the utmost diligence and foresight. It highlights the dual-use nature of much modern technology, where commercial products and services can have profound implications when integrated into military and intelligence operations. The author emphasizes that the interconnectedness of global technology supply chains means that decisions made by a single, dominant technology provider can have cascading effects. The op-ed serves as a potent reminder that in the realm of national security, technological decisions cannot be viewed in isolation. They must be assessed through the lens of potential threats and strategic vulnerabilities. It calls for greater scrutiny and accountability, urging a reevaluation of how critical technologies are developed, deployed, and protected, especially when they intersect with the interests of strategic competitors. The piece doesn't just point fingers. It aims to foster a broader conversation about the responsibilities that come with wielding immense technological power, particularly when national defense is on the line. It's a narrative that underscores the delicate balance between innovation, commerce, and security in the 21st century, urging a more cautious and security-conscious approach from major tech players. This analysis has ignited discussions among cybersecurity experts and policymakers regarding the strategic implications of technology dependencies and the need for robust safeguards in defense systems. The sentiment is that vigilance and proactive measures are paramount. But that's not all the critical tech news we have for you today. Stay tuned as we pivot to the world of personal computing and a looming deadline that has many users and manufacturers on edge. The Great Windows 10 Exodus, or a slow fade. As Windows 10 support ends, PC giants HP and Dell predict a prolonged transition to Windows 11, potentially stretching into 2026, highlighting user reluctance and budget constraints. October 14, 2025, looms large for hundreds of millions of PC users worldwide, marking the official end of support for Windows 10. This impending cutoff has sparked significant debate and concern, with a public interest group, PIRG, petitioning Microsoft to reconsider, citing the potential for unprecedented levels of electronic waste. The core of the issue lies in the sheer number of machines still running Windows 10, an estimated 400 million PCs. Despite the push for Windows 11, which has recently surpassed its predecessor in market dominance, the transition is proving far from instantaneous. Industry giants like HP and Dell are now forecasting that this shift may not conclude by the deadline, with projections suggesting that the migration to Windows 11 could extend well into 2026. This outlook stems from observations that a significant portion of computers, potentially up to 50% according to manufacturers, are still operating on Windows 10. Several factors contribute to this prolonged adoption curve. For many users, particularly small and medium-sized businesses, SMBs, budget constraints are a primary concern. The cost of new hardware or the extended security updates (ESU) program can be prohibitive. HP CEO Enrique Lores has noted that SMBs are more inclined to utilize the ESU program, which offers an additional year of support, before committing to a full upgrade. This strategy, while providing a temporary reprieve, is viewed by some community groups, like the Restart Project, as a mere postponement of the inevitable problem, a last-minute snooze button that doesn't address the underlying issue of device longevity and upgrade feasibility. The ESU program itself has also faced accessibility issues, with some users reporting difficulties accessing it, though Microsoft assures it's rolling out in phases. Beyond budget, there's also a sentiment among some users that their current Windows 10 machines are perfectly functional, and that the upgrade to Windows 11 doesn't offer compelling enough benefits to justify the hassle or expense. This has led to vocal frustrations on social media, with accusations of programmed obsolescence aimed at Microsoft, suggesting the move is a calculated attempt to drive sales of new AI PCs and force Windows 11 adoption. Meanwhile, the PC market itself is showing signs of recovery, with HP reporting an increase in consumer and commercial PC shipments and revenue. Dell, while experiencing a dip in consumer revenue, is focusing on profitability through higher PC prices. The broader industry, bolstered by Gartner's projections of skyrocketing AI PC shipments, anticipates a strong market rebound. However, the Windows 10 end-of-life situation adds a unique layer of complexity, with Dell's Vice Chairman Jeff Clarke acknowledging that the ongoing PC refresh, driven by aging hardware and the Windows 10 cutoff, will fuel moderate growth. The narrative is clear. While the PC market is revitalizing, the path to a fully Windows 11 dominant landscape is paved with user inertia, economic considerations, and a growing concern for digital waste. Public reaction on social media highlights a deep-seated frustration, with many users deeming the forced upgrade a form of planned obsolescence and an unnecessary burden on their finances and the environment. These shifts in operating systems are significant, but the innovation doesn't stop there. Next, we're exploring a fascinating leap forward in artificial intelligence that could change how we interact with digital audio. The sound of the future, VibeVoice, arrives. Microsoft Research's new open-source VibeVoice model is set to revolutionize long-form speech synthesis, offering natural, multi-speaker audio for up to 90 minutes. On August 26, 2025, Microsoft Research unveiled VibeVoice, an ambitious open-source text-to-speech (TTS) model engineered for the creation of long-form, multi-speaker audio content. This development promises to be a game-changer for applications ranging from scripted podcasts and comprehensive training modules to dialogue-intensive explainer videos. Positioned as an open-sourced alternate for Notebook LM, VibeVoice addresses a critical gap in current TTS technology, which often excels at short clips but falters with extended narratives and complex conversational dynamics. The model has been trained on both English and Chinese, and uniquely, it can generate up to 90 minutes of continuous speech, featuring as many as 4 distinct speakers. The name itself, VibeVoice, reflects its core objective: to capture the authentic, natural vibe of real human conversation. Microsoft acknowledges that traditional TTS systems struggle with scalability, maintaining speaker consistency over long durations, and managing natural turn-taking in dialogue. VibeVoice is meticulously designed to overcome these hurdles. At its technological heart is an innovative speech tokenizer that compresses audio data with remarkable efficiency, significantly reducing computational demands while preserving high-fidelity output. This is complemented by a sophisticated large language model, QN2.5, which intelligently interprets the structure and flow of dialogue, and a generative engine that imbues the speech with nuanced tone and emotional expression. In rigorous evaluations, VibeVoice has demonstrated superior performance when benchmarked against leading open and closed-source systems, including Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro TTS and 11 Labs V3 Alpha. Its strengths were particularly evident in metrics such as audio richness, perceived realism, and overall listener preference. The larger VibeVoice 7B variant, specifically, was lauded for delivering a richer vocal timbre and more natural intonation, all while maintaining low word error rates and strong speaker similarity. While optimized for long-form generation, the system also proved adept at handling shorter audio segments, showcasing its versatility. However, Microsoft has outlined certain limitations. VibeVoice currently supports only English and Chinese, and it does not yet handle overlapping speech, background noise, or integrated music or sound effects. Despite these constraints, the provided demos offer a compelling glimpse into its capabilities, featuring expressive elements like spontaneous emotion and singing, podcast-style audio with ambient music, cross-lingual dialogues, and extended multi-speaker conversations. Microsoft is clear that VibeVoice is intended strictly for research and development purposes, emphasizing that commercial deployment requires further testing and refinement. Early reactions from the AI and research communities have been overwhelmingly positive, with many hailing VibeVoice as a significant leap forward in natural language generation and audio storytelling. This is a massive step for AI-driven audio, but the world of software development is also undergoing a profound transformation. Next, we'll explore how Microsoft is betting on a specific programming language to drastically improve the security of its core products. Microsoft's Rust revolution, securing the future one line at a time. Microsoft is aggressively adopting Rust across its product ecosystem, from Windows kernel to Azure services, aiming to eliminate memory-related vulnerabilities and usher in an era of safer software. For decades, Microsoft has grappled with the inherent security vulnerabilities of C and C++, languages that, while powerful, allow for coding errors that can lead to catastrophic system failures or devastating security breaches. The company's own Windows kernel, particularly the Win32K, SIS component responsible for graphics and window management, has been a consistent source of privilege escalation bugs. Mark Russinovich, Microsoft's Azure CTO, vividly described this ongoing struggle at RustConf 2025 as akin to a leaking oil repository. To combat this, Microsoft has embarked on a strategic initiative to rewrite critical sections of its software in Rust, a modern programming language celebrated for its memory safety guarantees. Evidence of this shift is already present within the Windows operating system itself. A file named Win32kbase.rs, SIS in the System 32 folder, is a testament to Rust code operating directly within the kernel. The impact of this transition is tangible. Russinovich highlighted a crucial incident where a bug found in the new Rust-written code resulted in a system crash, a predictable and contained failure, rather than the privilege escalation that would have occurred had the bug been in the C++ equivalent. This deterministic failure mode is viewed as a significant security win. Beyond the kernel, Microsoft has also rewritten components like DirectWrite, the font rendering engine notorious for past security issues, in Rust. This rewrite, accomplished by 2 developers in 6 months, not only addressed security concerns, but also yielded performance improvements. Russinovich has been a long-time advocate for Rust, even before gaining the authority to mandate its use. He previously advised teams to prioritize Rust for new projects unless garbage collection was an absolute necessity. Now, in his dual role as Deputy CISO of Azure, he has made a firm decision. There's just too much risk in adopting or creating new C++. You will not do it. The adoption of Rust is pervasive across Azure. The Calyptra hardware root of trust, including its ROM, firmware, and emulator, is entirely written in Rust. Azure Boost, responsible for server management and network offloading, mandates Rust for any code handling untrusted data. Even Hyper-V, Microsoft's hypervisor, is progressively incorporating Rust, with ARM64 emulation support now shipping in the safer language. The development of OpenVMM, a new virtual machine manager built from the ground up in Rust, further underscores this commitment, offering cross-platform compatibility with Windows, Linux, and KVM. The Hyperlight project, an open-source Rust library for secure, scalable embedded function execution, also exemplifies this trend. Furthermore, Microsoft released an Azure SDK for Rust earlier this year. The Office division also benefited significantly, rewriting its DiskKNN semantic search system in Rust to handle millions of documents, achieving better performance and reduced memory usage. Azure Data Explorer has undergone a massive migration, with its data storage layer and query engine being ported to Rust, now processing petabytes of data. Microsoft is actively encouraging external hardware companies and driver developers to embrace Rust by providing a framework called Windows Drivers RS. This initiative, built upon the work of the Surface team, aims to make Rust a first-class language for driver development, simplifying the integration of Rust code with the Windows driver kit. While challenges remain, such as the initial learning curve for developers accustomed to C++ and complexities in debugging asynchronous operations, the overwhelming sentiment at Microsoft is that the benefits, performance gains, elimination of entire bug classes, and reduced debugging time, far outweigh the drawbacks. The company is even developing AI tools to automate the translation of C++ codebases to Rust, addressing the significant barrier of migration effort. Microsoft firmly believes that memory-safe languages like Rust are the future of secure software engineering, a sentiment echoed by endorsements from the NSA and adoption by Linux. The ongoing integration of Rust across Microsoft's core infrastructure signals a fundamental shift towards enhanced security and reliability across the entire technology landscape. Industry analysts and security experts are hailing Microsoft's strategic pivot to Rust as a landmark move that could set a new standard for secure software development across the tech industry. And that wraps up our deep dives for today, but we're not done yet. Stick around for a rapid-fire recap of all the major stories and our full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's Microsoft Sphere. We covered a critical op-ed on tech decisions impacting national security, the ongoing Windows 10 to Windows 11 transition, Microsoft researches groundbreaking VibeVoice for speech synthesis, and Microsoft's major push into Rust for enhanced software security. Don't miss out on future updates. Hit that like button if you found this valuable, subscribe to Microsoft Sphere for your weekly dose of tech insights, and ring the notification bell so you're always in the loop. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below with your thoughts on today's stories, and follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.